Was a horrifying crash that left a former NHL captain dead, another former captain charged with driving drunk. Tonight, a jury is awaiting final instructions in the trial of Rob Ramage, once captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Ramage was at the wheel when his rental car slammed into an oncoming SUV. Cass Rusey now with the latest.
Rob Ramage left an Ontario courthouse today, his future in the hands of 12 jurors.
Ramage gets another chance, scores!
For the former NHL player, a more familiar arena was Canada's professional hockey rinks, winning 2 Stanley Cups, first with the Calgary Flames, later with the Montreal Canadiens. He played for 6 other clubs, including the Toronto Maple Leafs in the late 80s when he was team captain. But today, Ramage stands charged, among other things, with impaired driving causing death. In 2003, a rented car driven by Ramage crossed the median on this wet highway, crashing into an oncoming SUV. The passenger with Ramage was friend and former Chicago Blackhawks captain Keith Magnuson. He died instantly from head and chest injuries.
We've got somebody that has died. Charges of impaired driving, I don't think it gets much more serious than that.
During testimony, blood and urine tests showed that Ramage had between 2.5 to nearly 4 times over the legal limit of alcohol. Several police officers testified they smelled booze on Ramage's breath at the crash scene and in the hospital, although a nurse later said she couldn't smell anything. In his closing arguments, Ramage's lawyer, Brian Greenspan, disputed those claims, saying his client was as sober as a judge when he crashed his car, suggesting that blood and urine tests were flawed. This toxicologist says that everyone reacts differently to alcohol.
It's a learned behavior that we learn to function under a certain amount of handicap. And the more you drink, the more you adapt to the change, the more you learn, the more you can deal with it.
Next Tuesday, a Superior Court judge will instruct the 12-member jury. Then the 8 men and 4 women will begin their deliberations in the case against Rob Ramage. The most serious of the charges, impaired driving causing death, carries a maximum penalty of life in prison. Cass Rusey, CBC News, Toronto.